Namaste. Today I'm going to read Book 10, Chapter 3 on the obstruction of the sun's course by the Vindhya mountain in the Maha Devi Bhagavatam. Om Vakratuna Makaya Koti Surya. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sutta said, O Rishis, thus advising the Devi Rishi, the great Jnani and Muni, going wherever he likes, went to the Paramaloka. After the Muni had gone, the Vindhya became immersed in great anxiety and, becoming always very sorrowful, could not get peace. What shall I do now so as to overthrow Meru? Until I do that, I won't be able to get the peace of my mind or my health. The high-souled persons always praise me for my enthusiasm and energy. Fee to my energy, honor, fame, and family. Fee to my strength and heroism. O Rishis, with all these cogitations in his mind, Vindhya came finally to this crooked conclusion. Daily the sun, stars and planets circumambulate round the Sumeru. Hence Sumeru is always so arrogant. Now, if I can resist the sun's course in the heavens by my peaks, he will not be able to circumambulate round the Sumeru. If I can do this, certainly I will be able to curb the Sumeru in his pride. Thus coming to a conclusion, Vindhya raised his arms that were the peaks high up to the heavens and blocking the passage in the heavens. Remained so and passed that night with great uneasiness and difficulty, thinking when the sun would rise and he would obstruct his passage. At last, when the morning broke out, all the quarters were clear. The sun, destroying the darkness, rose in Udaya Giri. The sky looked clear with his rays. The lotus, seeing him, blew out with joy, while the excellent white water lilies, at the bereavement of the moon, contracted their leaves and closed as if at the separation of one's lover, gone to a distant place. The people began to do their own works on the appearance of the day. The worship of the gods, the offerings to the gods, the homas, and the offerings to the pitris were set going on in the morning, afternoon, and evening, respectively. The sun marched on in his course. He divided the day into three parts, morning, midday, and afternoon. First of all, he consoled the eastern quarter, which seemed like a woman suffering from the bereavement of her lover. Then he consoled the south earthen corner, and then as he wanted to go quickly towards the south, his horse could not go further. The charioteer, Aruna, seeing this, informed the sun what had happened. Aruna spoke, O sun, the Vindhya has come very jealous of the Sumeru as you circumambulate round the Sumeru mountain daily. He has risen very high and obstructed your course in the heavens. Hoping that you would circumambulate round him, he is thus vying with the Sumeru mountain. Sutta said, O Rishis, hearing the words of Aruna the charioteer, the sun began to think thus, Oh, the Vindhya is going to obstruct my course. What can a great hero not do when he is in the wrong path? Oh, my horse's motions are stopped today. The fate is the strongest of all. Because Vindhya is strong today by Deva, therefore he is doing this. Even when eclipsed by Rahu, the ascending node, I do not stop for a moment, even and now obstructed in my passage. I am waiting here for a long time. The Deva is powerful. What can I do? The sun's course, having been thus obstructed, all from the gods to the lowest became helpless and could not make out what to do. Chitragupta and others ascertained their time through the sun's course, and that sun is now rendered motionless by the Vindhya mountain. What a great adverse fate it is. When the sun was thus obstructed by the Vindhya out of his arrogance, the sacrifices to the Devas, the offerings to the Pitris, all were stopped. The world was going to rack and ruin. The people that lived on the west and south had their nights prolonged, and they remained asleep. The people of the east and the north were scorched by the strong rays of the sun, and some of them died. Some of them lost their health, and so forth. The whole earth became devoid of shraddhas and worships, and a cry of universal distress arose on all sides. Indra and the other devas became very anxious, began to think what they should do at that moment. Here ends the 3rd chapter of the 10th book on the obstruction of the sun's course by the Vindhya mountain in the Mahapuranam Srimad Devi Bhagavatam of 18,000 verses by Maharishi Ved Vyasa. Jayanti Mangala Kali Padra Kali Kali. Om Tuya Mata Chapitatu Shanti.